This may be a video you don't want to watch. Is coffee making you anxious? Is coffee one of your favourite drinks? Is it something that you have every morning? You have to have it every day? Well, coffee is full of caffeine, which is a stimulant. We need to calm everything down. So coffee can really make your thoughts race. It can keep you on that feeling alert, especially if you have more than one coffee throughout the day. And stimulants, of course, take us up but also drop us down again afterwards. So you might find that you feel focused for a while, but then you start feeling low and more tired than you felt before. That's why sometimes you might need another coffee to bring yourself up again. And not everyone's affected the same way. Some people are really more sensitive to coffee than others. That's certainly true, but still it is a stimulant. So the kind of things that will help anxiety are to learn to do slow breathing, which calms down everything in the body, to eat food and drinks that nurture and calm the body, don't cause stress to it, or again the things that are stimulants like coffee, sugars, or alcohol, things that make us feel not in control of how we're feeling. And to do exercises which calm the mind and the body. So maybe learning meditation or doing single tasks like reading a book, something that gives the mind to focus on just one thing at a time, can be really helpful. And coffee would come up in my sessions quite a lot for people, as something that was detrimental or something that needed to be looked at. Sometimes people just needed to cut down on their coffee a bit, but if people were experiencing anxiety, I would recommend that they cut it down slowly, not all in one go. It can be something that's still there left in the diet when we're doing these other things, to calm down the body. We're doing the work to reduce our anxiety, but yeah, if coffee's still there, it can sometimes be hindering that progress and giving us those underlying feelings of anxiety, because it gives similar feelings to the body of anxiety, being overstimulated, overthinking, and not being able to feel relaxed. So I had one client in particular, and who would see me regularly, once a month, and now and again coffee would come up again in the sessions as from my scan lists, and I'd ask her again. I was saying coffee here, and she just loved coffee. She didn't want to give it up, and that's absolutely fine. We all have a choice of what we drink and what we want to do and what we don't want to do. But if it would come up in the session, so I would point it out to her. And I think she had times when she cut back on it, but she never kind of gave it up completely. Anyway, one time I saw her, and straight away the first thing she said to me was, I've stopped having coffee a few weeks ago, completely. And she said that she felt completely different. She felt that this had been this was the underlying feeling that was keeping her feeling anxious throughout the day at work. And just that one thing of deciding to just knock it on the head completely for a few weeks, she said that she was amazed that she just actually didn't feel anxious anymore. And it was, for her, she was obviously quite sensitive to coffee, and that was quite an important thing for her to cut out, because it really helped. So especially if you're a highly sensitive person as well, we can be a bit more extra sensitive to foods and stimulants and things like that, or quite often have allergies or intolerances. So something to think about. Obviously, if you drink a lot of coffee, don't just cut it out straight away. I have to go really careful in cutting down gradually. Maybe just, if you're having 5 cups a day or something, try and have 3. Just gradually work your way down. and see how you feel. If you are experiencing anxiety, it could be something, one of the things, not all of them, there are lots of things that are involved in making us anxious, and we're all individuals, but it can be one of those things that can really help, is cutting down on the coffee and the caffeine. Alright, I hope this helped, and I'll pop the video up. I've got a video about how to breathe well, to help your body and mind relax from anxiety, so I'll pop that up here somewhere. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!